trade-in value of your car, a lot of factors are involved in the trade-in value of the car. That's why you got to know. For example, its present condition. What is it? Are there major repairs that needs to get done to the car? Are there obvious repairs that needs to get done to your car? When you go to trade in your car, I always tell people this: clean the inside and just make sure the wheels look good, but don't do a major clean on the outside of your car, because once they see a scratch or anything like that, or dents and dings, they're gonna ding you for the trade-in value of that car. So I say clean the inside, make sure that the inside is nice and presentable, but don't do so much work to buff and shine the outside of your car, because they'll find every single blemish. I remember when I got a new car from my wife, a brand new car, I saw the first scratch and freaked out, but the first scratch came out. it just started in the first 2-3 weeks of owning the car. So every car is going to get scratched. Even if you garage kept your cars, if you drive it out in the elements, something's going to happen to it. So trade-in value of your car. Once again, kbb.com is a good guide for you. Edmunds is a good guide. NADA is also a great guide. And if there's a CarMax location around you, which more than likely there is, because they're in the United States, they're in all the states, go there and get a free trade-in appraisal. They'll give you an appraisal on what they'll give you for your car. This you want to use when you go to purchase your car at another dealership. I'm not saying go to CarMax and buy their car from them, because there's things that I have against no haggling, which I can't be able to negotiate what I really want to buy. I think that I should be able to do that, and I think you should too. But go to CarMax and get the value trading for your car. And this will help you out when you go to purchase your car, because the dealership is usually always going to offer you less than what CarMax will. But don't tell them you went to CarMax. Just first see what the dealership will give you, because let's say they give you more than what CarMax did, then don't worry about the CarMax appraisal. But go get the CarMax appraisal, because it is free and you can use it as ammunition when you go to get your car. Now, the other piece that I said that you also have control over is the interest rate, and that's where the story of this car comes in. So the person that bought this car, they were first looking, this was when I was working actually at the Honda dealership, they were looking at a bunch of different cars. So they came and saw the Honda Civic, and I told this person that they qualified for 0.9% financing, even though their score was a 660. When your score is a 660, some people will actually allow you to qualify for the top tier financing as long as your income is very high. 700 isn't the only score that can get you premium financing at a dealership. Now, if you go to a credit union or a bank, they do challenge it off the score. So if, for example, if the dealership has 0.9% financing available, you actually qualify if you have a 660 or higher. Now, 660 to 700, you also have to have good, really good income. So income that will let the banks know that it won't be a problem at all for you to be able to make your payments. Now, let's say that the dealership doesn't have the premium financing available because you're just buying a car when the model year just comes out. So you're going to go through a credit union or another bank. Go to your local credit union and find out what you qualify for, and also find out if they give discounts for automatic withdrawals, which most of the time they do. All right, so if they do that, it's usually going to give you an additional 0.25 or 0.5% off your interest rate. Now, this is where dealerships make a lot of money on the finance back end, because, for example, let's say, okay, well, we got you approved, and we tell you, well, you qualify for interest of 3.99. It doesn't sound bad, but in reality, the bank approved you for 1.99. What did I just do? I just held 2% from you on the financing, and I just made that money for the dealership as the finance manager. That could be upwards, let's say it's a $25,000 car we're looking at, or let's say in this scenario we're looking at a $38,000 car. In that $38,000 car, me holding those 2 points can be a profit of up to $3,000 for the dealership. All right, guys, this is Peter here with your quick commercial break. Do you know the theory of 6 degrees of separation? Well, it states that you are 6 people from being able to contact anybody in the world. Wow. And now with the rise of social media, with Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Pinterest, all of those different pieces, you are actually now only 4 degrees of separation. That's right. You are 4 people from being able to contact anybody in the world. Wow, that's a great stat. So here's what I'd like you to do for me, okay? Take this challenge on for me. Share, like, subscribe right now with 4 people. All right, so share iKnowDealerships with 4 people. Get them to like and subscribe this, and I will greatly, greatly appreciate it. Remember, this is about touching everybody. This is about helping everyone save money before they go to the car dealership so that they're never ripped off again. So come on, let's take this challenge together. 4 degrees of separation. So let's get 4 people. Let's get them on board with iKnowDealerships, and let's make a movement together in 2020. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Back to the videos. Now, let's say you've already done your research and you know that at that same credit union you can get it for 2% less, and that's what you go for. The dealership just makes 1% off the total amount that's being financed. So let's say we're financing $338,000. The dealership only made $380 in financing, which is 1% that the bank gives them for you going to, for the dealership choosing to use that bank for the financing. Now, I know that's a whole lot that I just explained. However, what you need to know is this. You need to know the interest rate that you qualify for with your local credit union, because that gives you the framework of what you can get approved for. Now, also, the dealerships hate it when you use your bank and you don't let them use your bank for you. What do I mean by this? If you go and you just get a purchase order from the dealership and you go to the bank and you come back with a check from your bank and you give that to the dealership made 0 profit off of that right there with the financing, because you're financing directly with your bank and you're not letting the dealership do that for you. Now, what do I mean? Dealerships, they get a 1% minimum back whenever they use a bank to finance. When they finance through a bank, because dealerships are giving credit unions and banks more business than you ever can. Because let's say a dealership averages 100 cars that they sell a month. Of that 100, I'm giving a bank 70 deals a month. You typically are going to buy a car once every 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, sometimes 10, 11, 15 years. I'm giving the bank my business on a continual basis every single month. So for that, the bank kicks back a 1% profit or 1% kickback to the dealership, saying thank you for allowing us to be able to earn your business. But you Mr. Smart Buyer, you now know this. So what are you going to do? You're going to go to your credit union, already have a percent that you know that you qualify for. That's an approval that the credit union gives you. And you're going to go to the bank and say, you're going to go to the dealer and you're going to say, you know what? I know I can go through my credit union and I qualify for XYZ. But don't tell them this until they first tell you what you qualify for. Let them tell you the percent that you qualify for, and then tell them, no, I'm going to go through my bank because they can give me XYZ. The dealership is going to want to give you that same rate or lower. So you just tell them, look, if you can beat this, I'll go through you. If not, I'll go through my credit union. What have you just done? You've made them now begin to work for you. You've made them begin to make sure that they can even get you a rate that might even be lower than what your credit union will give you, because of the kickback that they know that they're going to get from that credit union or bank. Wow. A lot of information that I just shared with you, and I hope you can use this when you go to buy your car, okay? And remember, lastly, I also told you another area that you can profit, that you actually have control over, but we will discuss this another time because I've used up my time already. We're gonna delve into this, what the dealership doesn't want you to know. You're gonna learn so much more. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Happy New Year again. Go get your car, go save some money.